It was supposed to be just another routine interview, a simple chat between a world-famous footballer and a popular TV host. The studio was buzzing with excitement as the cameras rolled for the live broadcast of the evening's show. Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian footballing legend, had just returned from a stellar season with Liverpool, and fans were eager to hear what he had to say about his recent triumphs, his future goals, and his life outside football. The host, Daniel Morris, known for his sharp wit and sometimes controversial style, welcomed Salah with his usual charm. The atmosphere was calm, with the audience awaiting the conversation to unfold. But as the interview progressed, Morris, who had a reputation for pushing boundaries, began to ask increasingly uncomfortable questions. "Let's talk about your World Cup performance," Morris said, a smile playing on his lips. "Many fans believe that you could have done more for Egypt. You were expected to lead them to the knockout stages, but it didn't quite happen. Did it?" Salah, ever the professional, smiled politely, acknowledging the question. "Football is a team sport, Daniel. We gave our best, and while it didn't go the way we hoped, we are proud of our journey." Morris, sensing an opportunity to turn up the heat, leaned forward, his voice becoming sharper. "Proud? But isn't that just a convenient excuse? You're one of the highest-paid footballers in the world. Shouldn't that come with more responsibility? Many say you let down millions of Egyptians." The tension in the studio was palpable. The audience shifted uncomfortably as Morris pressed on, clearly pushing Salah to react. The air was thick with the anticipation of a fiery response. Yet, Salah remained calm, his posture relaxed, his expression unchanged. His eyes never left Morris, and his calm demeanor spoke volumes. "Daniel," Salah responded, his voice steady but firm, "I understand your frustration, and I respect your opinion. But as I said, football is not just about one player. We win as a team and we lose as a team. My job is to give my best, and I do it every time I step onto the field." Morris smirked, sensing he wasn't getting the emotional reaction he wanted. He leaned even closer, now almost yelling. "But that's the problem, Mohamed. You've been the golden boy for so long, but the pressure is real. Don't you feel it? Aren't you tired of hiding behind excuses?" The studio fell into an awkward silence, the audience waiting for Salah to crack under the pressure. But instead, Salah took a deep breath, his eyes narrowing slightly, not in anger, but in focus. He spoke slowly, his words measured. "Daniel," he said, his voice cutting through the tension like a knife, "I don't need to explain myself to anyone. My actions on the field speak louder than any words. The only thing I'm responsible for is doing my best, and that's what I'll always do." The host, visibly rattled by Salah's composed response, tried one last time. "But you're not invincible, Salah. You can't escape the fact that not everyone is impressed. The world expects more from you." Salah's eyes locked with the camera, addressing not just Morris but the entire audience watching live. "Sometimes," he said, "the greatest strength is showing restraint in the face of criticism. What matters most is how we rise, how we respond, and how we keep moving forward." The studio fell silent. For a moment, it felt as though time had stopped. The audience, who had been eagerly waiting for Salah to lose his cool, now realized that they were witnessing something far more powerful than a mere reaction to provocation. Morris, realizing he'd crossed a line, was left speechless. He quickly changed the subject, his tone softer now, as he stumbled over his words. Salah, unflustered, smiled slightly, more to himself than anyone else, his professionalism shining brighter than ever before. The interview ended shortly after, but the impact of that moment would linger far beyond the studio. Clips of Salah's response quickly went viral across social media, with fans praising him for his unshakable composure. Many highlighted the difference between a man of character and someone desperate for drama. The story was picked up by news outlets, and debates raged online. Was this the most impressive reaction ever witnessed in a live interview? In the days that followed, Salah's name was everywhere, not just for his achievements on the field, but for his unwavering integrity and grace under pressure. While Morris was widely criticized for his unprofessional conduct, Salah's reputation as a role model was solidified. Salah's ability to stay calm and composed in the face of hostility became a talking point not just for football fans, but for anyone who had ever faced unwarranted criticism. It wasn't just about football anymore. It was about how to carry yourself with dignity, even when the world tried to knock you down. The interview, initially expected to be just another chapter in his career, turned out to be one of the defining moments of Mohamed Salah's legacy. A reminder that sometimes, the greatest victories come not from the goals we score, but from the grace with which we handle life's toughest challenges.